have a minion right at the beginning, so this is a special moment.
Where am I sitting?
Right here.
So let's begin on page 61 in this book. We have just come in and sat in the sanctuary, so we sing the beginning of the last paragraph, Ma Tovu Ohalecha Yaakov, hallowed are your sanctuaries. Humming works very well if Hebrew is a problem. La-la-las work very well, whatever works for you. Ma Tovu Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenos Techa Yisrael, Ma Tovu Page 63, the second paragraph, we give thanks for the pure soul that's restored in us every day, every morning. A new gift of a new day. Elohai neshama asher nafzata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama asher nafzata b'tehorahi. Elohai neshama asher This is our Jewish breathing exercise. We have that, you know. If you look at this prayer, and you notice many of the words have the letter Hey at the end with a dot in it. Like in the first line of it, Atav Verata, near the end. The beginning of the second line, Atah Yitzarta, there's that letter Hey with a dot in it. Usually it doesn't have a dot in it. The dot in it means we sort of breathe out on it. Instead, we say Yitzarta. So almost every other word or so at the beginning of this has that Hey in it. So it can be Yitzarta, Verata. It's our breathing exercise. We're here, and we arrive, and we slowly get in touch. So we do have it. And the word, this prayer says, oh God, the soul that you've given me is pure. Well, the word for neshama, soul, is also the same word in Hebrew as breath. Neshima, breath. So it really is. It's not too far-fetched to think about this. And it says God has given us our soul, formed it, and on the second line, ata nefachta, that you've breathed it into me. It's like God has given us mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and creating us. So we're here. We've arrived. It's great to be together. Kol zman shehaneshama v'kirbi modani lefanecha Adonai Elohai v'Elohei avotai v'ibon kol hamasim adon kol haneshamot baruch at Adonai hamachazir neshamot b'tgarim meitim. Amen. The first two prayers are have a lot of first-person words in it. May this be an auspicious time for my prayer, the prayer we just said, the soul that you breathed into me. And now we make the transition from coming in as individuals to becoming a community. And if we look at page 63, in the middle, this is a special request from Bonnie that we include this today. It says, Hareini Mikabel or Mikabela. Mikabel is the male form, Mikabela is the female form. Alai Mitzvat Haboreh. Behold, I take upon myself the commandment of the Creator. And what is that commandment? The Ahavta L'Re'acha Kamocha. We should love our neighbor as ourselves. And so we remind ourselves now, we don't only come in as individuals, we come in and we start to form a congregation. And we have our neighbors with us, and we do this not out on an island, but together. So, our custom is, first let me teach the melody to this, and then our custom is, well, we'll do one thing at a time. Here we go. It goes like this. Hareini mikabel alai. Try it. Hareini mikabel alai. One more time so we got it. Hareini mikabel alai. Mitzvat haborei. Mitzvat haborei. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. The last two words repeat differently. Reacha kamocha. Reacha kamocha. Let's try the whole thing slowly. Hareini mikabel alai. Mitzvat haborei. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. Reacha kamocha. Now here's the challenge. Can we walk and chew gum at the same time? Because our custom is to get up, sing this, walk around, and shake hands or give a nod to each of us as we're trying to get in this feeling of accepting and welcoming each other as we would want to be welcomed ourselves. Lalalas definitely work on this. So, please stand up. Feel free to walk around and Hareini mikabel alai. Mitzvat Bonnie had one more request. It's a good thing. It's the anniversary of her bar mitzvah only once in a while. But usually there's a traditional form of the morning blessings that we do on page 65. But one day I made the mistake of doing a very different way of doing it. And Bonnie said, could we do this on the anniversary of my bar mitzvah on my birthday Shabbat? So, yes, Bonnie, we're doing it. Thank you. Anyone still leave one? There's some more.
Oh, I got one.
Yeah. Okay. So, this version of the morning blessings, we start seated, and it's a call and response. And then when it says we're rising in remembrance, we stand up. It says, of your love, hallelujah, hallelujah, whatever you want to do, okay? So, it's just to help us really, with our whole bodies and our whole selves, feel the joy of the morning in the beginning, all right? Let's start slow. The morning will unfold for us. The morning will unfold for us. We will rise from dust. We will rise from dust. We're rising in remembrance. We're rising in remembrance of your love. Of your love. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. remembrance.
We're rising in remembrance
Of your love.
of your love.
Hallelujah. 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 You guide our steps at every turn.
You guide our steps at every turn.
You teach us what we need to learn.
You teach us what we need to learn.
We're rising in remembrance.
We're rising in remembrance
Of your love.
of your love.
Hallelujah. 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 You give us strength when we are weak.
You give us strength when we are weak,
Reminding us of what we seek.
reminding us of what we seek.
We're rising in remembrance.
We're rising in remembrance
Of your love.
of your love.
Hallelujah. 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 Beyond imagination.
Beyond imagination,
Your presence fills creation.
your presence fills creation.
We're rising in remembrance.
We're rising in remembrance
Of your love.
of your love.
Hallelujah. 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 You lift the slumber from our eyes.
You lift the slumber from our eyes.
Signal for the sun to rise. You
Signal for the sun to rise.
rising in remembrance.
We're rising in remembrance
Of your love.
of your love.
Hallelujah. 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 Do we feel awake? The services are actually streaming, seriously. And you want on Sons of Zion, this is... But let's continue on page 83 in our Siduri. Page 83. Giving thanks for the deeds of creation every day. Baruch Shema Elohim, Baruch, Baruch Oseh Bereshit, Baruch Omer V'Oseh, Baruch Ozer U'Mekayem, Baruch Merachem Ha'aretz, Baruch Merachem Ha'aviot, Baruch Meshalem Sachar Tov L'Reah, Baruch Hayam V'Kayam Lanetzach, Baruch Hodeh U'Matzil, Baruch Shemo. We extol you in song, we celebrate your fame in melody. We proclaim you sovereign, singular, eternal God. Praised are you, Adonai, sovereign, magnified with songs of praise. Baruch atah Adonai melech mehulal v'tishkacho. So this blessing introduces the section of the service which is songs of praise. So let's do it. Page 85. On the Hebrew side, we count down 9 lines, then we skip a line and we go to the 11th line. Yismechu hashamayim, let the heavens be glad, let the earth rejoice. Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, Yismechu hashamayim, v'tzagel haaretz, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, umelao, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, umelao, yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, hashamayim, yismechu hashamayim, v'tzagel haaretz, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, umelao, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, yiram hayam, umelao. Let's continue on page 87. In the middle of the page, where it starts going to single lines instead of couplets, the English is the Torah of God revives the spirit, enlightens the simple, gladdens the heart, and opens the eyes. So those are the emotions we're getting in touch with this morning. Being revived, enlightened, gladdened, and to see anew. Torah Adonai T'mimah, Torah Adonai T'mimah, Torah Adonai T'mimah, Meshivat Nafesh, Edut Adonai, Ne'emana, Makimat Persi, Pikudei Adonai Yisharim, Pikudei Adonai Yisharim, Pikudei Adonai Yisharim, Ne'esam Kelev, Mitzvah Adonai, book's a great thing, but it's also sometimes limiting. I notice when we get to the la la la's and we don't have to look in the book anymore, everyone looks up. There's a different, so really, I'm not totally kidding when I say la la la's are fine. And if that gets us to the emotion and don't have to be too connected to the book is to help us get to where we need to go. But it's only a tool. So let's continue on page 94. And let's start by reading the first 4 stanzas in English, and then we'll go to Hebrew and sing the same words. It is good to acclaim Adonai, to sing your praise, exalted God, to affirm your love each morning and your faithfulness each night, to the music of the lute and the melody of the harp. Your works, Adonai, make me glad. I sing with joy of your creation. How vast your works, Adonai. Your designs are beyond our grasp. So let's sing the joy of God's creation. 94 at the top. Mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat, tov lehodot Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon, lehagid baboker chasecha, le'emunatcha ba'alemot, alei asor ba'aleina, ve'alei higayon bechinot, mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat, tov lehodot Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. 5th line. Ki simatani Adonai b'foalecha, b'maaseh yadecha aranein, ma gadlu ma'aseh Adonai, me'od akumat shivotecha, mizmor shir leyom ha-Shabbat, tov lehodot Adonai, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon, ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. Page 100. In the middle of the page is the last psalm from the book of Psalms. The chorus is Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. Beautiful. And that comes after every line. So here we go. Middle, page 100. Hallelujah, 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 because Hallelujah, 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 Continue on page 104 at the top. You stir the sleeping, give voice to the speechless, free the fettered, support the falling, and raise those bowed down. You alone do we acknowledge. Let's read in the English on the bottom of page 4, the last paragraph together. From Egypt you redeemed us, from the house of bondage you delivered us, in famine you nourished us, in prosperity you sustained us. You rescued us from the sword, protected us from pestilence, and saved us from severe and lingering disease. To this day your compassion has sustained us. Your kindness has not forsaken us. Never abandoned us, Adonai, our God. And we continue now with the concluding section of the songs of praise that we've been doing in the middle of page 105. Shochenah Naharon V'Kadosh Shemo V'Yesharim Titalal U'Divrei Tzadikim Titbarach U'Bilshon Chasidim Titromam U'Bekerev Kedoshim Titkadash U'Makalot Riverot Ta'Chavei Yisrael Shekein Chovat Kol HaYitzurim Lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu V'Elokei Avotenu Lehodot Lehalel Leshabeach Lefa'er Leromein Lehadel Lebarech Laleu Kales Al Kol Divrei Shirot V'Tishbechot David ben Yishai Avdecha V'Shichecha 106 Yishtabach Shimcha Ad Malkeinu Berachot behodot me'ata be'ad olam Baruch atah Adonai El melech gadol batishbachot El hodot Adonai niflaot Habocher b'shirei zimra Melech elchei ha'olamim.
Amen.
Praise are you, Adonai, sovereign of wonders, crowned with adoration, delighting in our songs and psalms. Exalted ruler, eternal life of the universe. So we're warmed up, I hope. Sounds it. Wonderful. So we now come to the Chatzi Kaddish, which is a prayer, sort of a transition from one part of the service to the next. And the next page is the Baruch Hu. That's actually the formal beginning of the service, where we sort of stand for the Baruch Hu, kind of, the metaphor I think of is like, I'll rise for the judge, the beginning of all this, we're rising, and hopefully God will be totally in our midst. So let's continue now in the middle of 106, and then we'll go right into 107. Please stand. Yikadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbai B'yamad yivrach chirutei B'yamlich malchutei V'chayechom yomechom U'chayechom Beis Yisrael Ha'gavah Baruchata v'shirata
Tushbechasa v'nechemasa Damiran v'alma v'meru Amen.
Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la 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 Ya la Baruchu et Adonai Hamivorach Baruch Adonai Hamivorach Yotzer or v'borei shomshech oseh shalom v'borei et harchol. Let's be seated. We've just given a blessing that thanks God for creating light. And so now we turn to page 108 for a beautiful prayer about all the lights that God creates. It's also in transliteration on the bottom, which is almost as difficult as the Hebrew.
Adon Hakol HaMasim Baruch Hu Borach Lefi Kol Neshama Kado B'Tuvo Malei Olam Da'at U'Tvuna So V'Imoto Ha'ika El Chayot HaKol Nestinega V'Chava V'Hamekamo Chesed v'rachamim lifnei kvodo tovim me'olam shebara Eloheinu yitzharav v'da'at v'bina uvaskel korach u'pura natan lahem li'ohoshlim b'kereb tevet v'lein zivun v'kinoka Serafim,
109, the top. Let's read the first paragraph together in English. To God, who completed the work of creation on the seventh day and ascended God's glorious throne. God robed the day of rest in beauty, calling Shabbat a delight. God ceased all God's labors on Shabbat, that is its distinction. The seventh day itself hymns praise to God, a song for Shabbat. It is good to proclaim Adonai. Tibarach Moshe Shevach Masei Adecha V'Yom Yoreh Shasita Yefaru Chasecha. Do we believe in angels? Do Jews believe in angels?
So I'm told.
We do. We have angels. We do. And on the next page, we have a song about all angels doing stuff. And what are they doing?
Singing.
They're singing. And I guess, I think when we sing, we make angels present. So let's join the... What?
There must be a lot here then.
Yeah, a lot here today. So let's keep singing and keep bringing the angels together. Tibarach Tureinu, Ameinu V'Goreinu, Borei Kedoshim. 3.5 lines from the top at that little box, which is usually we pick up at the boxes. Kulam Abubim, Kulam Berurim, Kulam Giborim, B'Kulam Osim Be'ema Umira B'Tzom Kodam, B'Kulam Hotrim Et Mihem B'Tusha U'B'Tahara, B'Shira U'B'Zimra, U'Marchim U'Mshamchim, U'Parim U'Ma'aritzim, U'Makdishim U'Mamlikim, Eshem Ha'el Ha'el, Ha'el Ha'gor B'Ha'ara, V'chulam Mekablim Alehem, Ol Malchut Shamayim Zeh Mizeh, V'nodim Reshut Zeh L'Zeh, L'Akdish Li'Otzram B'Nachat Ruach, V'Safa Ruach V'Nima Klosha, Kulam Ke'echad Onim, Ve'omrim Ve'yira, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot, Melech Haaretz Kiroto, Ofanim V'chayot HaKodesh, Bera'ash Gadol Min Hasinim HaTzrachim, U'matam Meshabchim Ve'omrim, Baruch Adonai Mimcha, Ve'el Baruch Me'imot Yiteinu, L'melech Echad V'Kayam, Zmirot Yomeru V'tishpachot Yashmiu, Ki hu Levado. Page 111. On page 112, where we're not quite yet, we're going to say the Shema. The prayer just before the Shema has the theme of love. Ahava Rabba Ahavtanu, we have been loved by a great love. And so as we sing the chant of those first three words on the top of 111, it's a good time to think about the love in our lives. The gift of friendship, the gift of community, the gift of a tradition, the gift of hope. And then we turn the page and we sing the Shema, and then the first words right after the Shema are Ve'ahavta, and we should return that love with all our heart, soul, and might. So that's the focus of this part of the service. Page 111. Chant is very easy to pick up, and of course all of us work well, but the words are Ahava, Rabba, Ahavtanu. Let's just say it once. Ahava, Rabba, Ahavtanu. Ahava, Rabba, Ahavtanu. Ahava, Rabba, Ahavtanu. Amen. 113, the last 4 lines.
Emet she'atahu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elokei avoteinu Malkeinu melech avoteinu Go'aleinu Go'el avoteinu Yotzreinu Tzur Yeshuateinu Matzilenu Ne'olam Shemecha Ein Elohim Tzurosech Ezrat Avotenu Atavu Ve'olam.
So we continue now with the blessing following the Shema, the Micha Mocha blessing that ends with Ga'al Yisrael, who is the Redeemer of Israel and the Redeemer of all people. So we're on page 114, the end of the first paragraph at the box, and then we'll go right into the Amidah, the standing prayer, which starts on page 115b. We'll do the beginning parts of it together, and then from 117 on, we'll do the rest silently. And it's the time in the midst of community to have some of our own private space for our own thoughts and our own feelings. So we can use the Amidah from the book, we can use it from our hearts, mixture of both. So let's continue now, connecting with the theme of the Exodus from Egypt, the Micha Mocha, the song we sang gloriously when we became a free people. Page 114, the end of the paragraph. Tehilol el hayom, baruch u'barach, Moshe b'nei Yisrael, lecha anu shira, b'simcha rabah, v'yamru kulam, micha mocha, elim Adonai, micha mocha, necha b'kodesh, no'ah tehilot, יחד כולם הודו והמליכו ואמרו אדוני אלוהינו לעולם ועד צור ישראל קום עבדך ישראל ובדי חינומך יהודה לישראל גואלנו אדוני צור שמו Page 138. Ikara vikara shemei rabbi Amadi rachir tevel nechmach Utei l'chai chol v'nechol Chayei l'chol beit Yisrael Ba'gala v'zman kari v'himeru
Amen. Yehei shmei rabbi V'gora V'yalach l'amei amaya Yirah
Barak v'shtabach v'par v'droma minaseh V'tadar v'tala v'tala shmei l'kudashah Ve'ela Ninkol v'chata v'shir Shiratav, Tishbechata Benechamata, Da'miranda Ma Be'imiru.
Amen.
Yikal also from Votonach Israel, Karama Boham Nishmaya Be'imiru.
Amen.
Yehesh Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim, Aleinu V'alko Israel Be'imiru.
Amen.
Oseh Shalom B'mrama,
Yaseh Shalom. Aleinu V'alko Israel Be'imiru. Amen.
Oseh Shalom B'mrama,
Yaseh Shalom Aleinu V'alko Israel Be'imiru. Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu V'alko Israel. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu V'alko Israel.
may God who makes peace in the heavens make peace for us, for all Israel, and for all humanity. And let us say,
Amen.
oftentimes we have a Hebrew word for the day. So the word for the day is Gadol, because today is called Shabbat HaGadol. And we actually had the word already in our prayer book. If you take a quick look at page 116, the very last full line, in the bigger print, first word, Gadol. Gadol means, anyone know? Big or great. Good. So that's our word for the day. Big, great. And this is Shabbat HaGadol, the great Shabbat or big Shabbat. We'll have to figure out why, but we won't do that yet. But there are a lot of good things. So let's continue now as we move from the morning blessings to the core of the service, which is the reading of the Torah. So we turn now to page 139. We invite Elaine, good friend of Monty and good friend of many of us, to lead us in the Torah service, page 139 of the Gabayim. Come on up. Please rise.
אין כמוך ואלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך.
מלכותך מלכות כל עמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור. אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני Adonai.
hearts to your Torah. Answer our prayers and the prayers of all your people Israel, for goodness, for life, and for peace. And let us say,
Amen.
Page 140, the 6th line.
Beyond hearts, Kadisha, 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 Yakira, Anahem Ha'tushbecha, Be'anahes, Be'anahes, Be'lishnei Kadisha, Kadisha, Yakira, Anahem Ha'tushbecha, Ye'era Kadama, Tetiva Libi Be'orata, Be'tashlim Mishalim Delibi, Be'libatem Ha'amalach Yisrael, Le'tavon Hayim Ve'lishlam. Amen.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadlu Adonai iti, uneram Shemo yachdav.
So the Torah portion for this morning is in our Humashim. It begins on page 617, verse 11. And it's all about different kinds of sacrifices. that were offered in the ancient temple. A little bit hard for us to connect with this, maybe. Offering up the animals and what you do with the fat and the liver and the whatever, it's kind of, But take note of the different kinds of sacrifices that are offered, because I think that's a little clue to things. And Brielle, you're going to help point today, as usual? Good.
Talmud, Shena Bat Yitzchak HaKohen V'Fidela.
Rosh Hashanah Torah Le'Amo Yisrael B'Kedushato V'Atem Madlikim B'Aronai Ohechem Chaim Kulchem Hayom.
Baruch Hu Adonai Baruch. Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Vahed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'Natan Lanu Et Torto. Baruch Atah Adonai Notin HaTorah.
Amen. V'zot Torah Zevach Hashlamim Asher Yakriv L'Adonai Imal Todah Yakrivenu L'Hikriv Al Zevach HaTodah Chalot Matzot Bilulot Bashemen Urikikei Matzot Meshuchim Bashamen V'solet Murbechet Chalot Bilulot Bashamen Al Chalot Lechem Chametz Yakriv Korbano Al Zevach Todah She'elamav.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torah Emet V'chayei Olam Natan B'tochenu. Baruch Atah Adonai Notin HaTorah.
Talmud, Nita Bat Menachem Halevi V'Badia.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר בחר בנו מכל העמים ונתן לנו את תורתו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
אמן. והקריב ממנו אחד מכל קורבן תרומה לאדוני לכהן הזורק את דם השלמים לא יהיה ובשר זבח תודת שלמיו ביום קורבנו יאכל לא יניח ממנו עד בוקר ואם נדר או נדבה זבח קורבנו ביום הקריבו את זבחו יאכל וממחרת והנותר ממנו יאכל.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Yamod Shlishi Yosef ben Avraham Basara.
We're on 619, line 17. Thank you.
There's the one for that's the one. But you kissed the toe with the tzitzit. Yeah, the first you go right here. There you go.
Baruch atah Adonai habarak. Baruch et Adonai habarak. Baruch Adonai habarak. This one?
Yeah.
Oh, Baruch Adonai habarak. Leolam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher baker banu melkal ha'imim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
We're on verse 17 on page 619.
והנותר מבשר הזבח ביום השלישי באש יישרף ואם האכל יאכל מבשר זבח שלמיו ביום השלישי לא ירצה המקריב אותו לא יחשב לא פיגוע יהיה בהנפש האוכלת ממנו עוונה תישא והבשר אשר ייגע בכל טמא לא יאכל באש יישרף והבשר כל טהור יאכל בשר.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emat. V'kayim alom nata potashenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. We're at 619, line 20.
Oh yeah, and we have a little mishaberach for you, a little special blessing. And someone comes up for the Torah, and there's a special occasion, and this just happens to be his first aliyah as a Jewish man. So we're going to give a bracha. Mishaberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech et Achinu Yosef ben Avraham Avinu v'Sarah Imeinu V'vo'o lachasot tachat kafei hashchina v'listapeach b'nachal Yisrael u'b'himanoto al gerei hatzedek b'toch am Elohei Avraham v'Sarah Yehi ratzon שיצליח בדרכו, בירה ברכה בכל מעשה ידיו, ונאמר. May God who bless our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Bless Yosef, Abraham, son of Abraham our father, and Sarah our mother, who in search of your shelter of peace has come to participate in the destiny of the people of Israel. May Yosef Ken be counted among the righteous Jews by choice who are devoted to the God of our ancestors. May the Kadosh Baruch Hu protect him from all troubles and distress, bringing blessing and success to all your worthy endeavors. And let us say, Amen. We'll hold the Siman Tov because we're going to do it for everybody. We're going to do, Brielle's going to be included, don't worry. Not as Malia, but she is an important, a crucial part of the triumvirate.
Tamod Revi'i, Miriam, Bat Abraham Basara.
All right, go girl.
Gorgeous Tali. Wow.
She's become by the one.
Baruch et Adonai Havara. Baruch Adonai Eino Havara. Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bacha banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notenu Torah ha'torah.
Amen. B'hanefesh asher tochal basar mizevach hashlamim asher l'Adonai b'tumato alav v'nichrita hanefesh ahi me'ameha b'hanefesh ki tiga b'chol tamei b'tumot adam o b'behema tamea O b'chol sheretz tamei ve'achal mibsar zemach hashlamim asher l'Adonai v'nichrita hanefesh ahi me'amen. No, wait, one more. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe le'mor.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natanu lanu Torah emet v'chayim olam natah b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai notenu ha'torah.
And Jacoa.
We made it.
Yeah, we got your special blessing too. And we also have a special blessing for Brielle, because this was the 3 triumvirate that we went to Mikvah with on Monday. It's so exciting. Misheberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah Hu Yivarech et Miriam Bat Avraham Avinu v'Sara Imenu ve'et Aviva Bat Avraham Avinu v'Sara Imenu Devo'an Machasot Tachat Kanfei Hashchina Listapeach B'Nachal Ad Yisrael ובהימנותן על גרי הצדק בתוך עם אלוהי אברהם, יהי רצון שתצליחו בדרכם ותראה ברכה בכל מעשה ידיהם, ונאמר May God bless our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Bless Miriam and Aviva, who in search of their shelter of peace have come to participate in the destiny of the people Israel. May you be counted among the righteous Jews by choice who are devoted to the God of our ancestors. May the Holy One of blessing protect and deliver them from all trouble and distress, bringing blessing and success to all their worthy endeavors. Together with everyone, let us say
Amen.
Amen. For all three, say if you'd like to say just a word or two or three or more, whatever you'd like to say about what you've just done and how you're feeling. And
well, first of all, I'd like to say that the journey's been very long coming for me. I've been coming with Cindy for several years now, and finally got up here for my first time. And I'd like to thank everybody from the synagogue. It's been very nice. Thank you all.
This has also been a long journey for me to reach this point in time. And Monday was almost a magical experience for me. I really felt like I was kind of engulfed in the divine, wrapped in God, and coming to Sons of Zion was like coming home. And I want to thank everyone for how much they welcomed me, how much they loved me, and just how much I want you to know that you're a part of my journey. Thank you.
I just want to say, of course, this is an individual journey for each one of you. And we are just so delighted for you. But it's also a journey for all of us. It's a communal celebration as well as an individual celebration. Thank you for sharing your joy in this journey with all of us. And Mordechai Kaplan talks about the 3 B's in Jewish life: believing, behaving, and belonging. And talks about the one that's most important, or maybe the first step, is the belonging, to feel part of something. And we know you feel part of this, and we feel part of you. And we know that the rest is coming along just as well. So mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov. It's hard to transition next for this. So we guys stay over here.
Great. Tamod Chamishi, Broria Leah Bat Avraham Avinu.
We're on 619, line 23. Baruch et Adonai Hamorah. Baruch Adonai Hamorah le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ונתן לנו את תורתו. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah. Amen.
Daber el bnei Yisrael le'mor kol chelev shor b'chesed va'ez lo tochelu v'chelev nevela v'chelev trefa ye'aseh lechol melacha ve'achol lo tochluhu Ki kol ochel chelev min ha-behema asher yakriv mimena Yishev Adonai v'nichrita ha-nefesh ha-ochelet me'amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen.
Yes. Let's do a blessing for healing. Misheberach Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak v'Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah U'yivarech v'yirapeh et. Feel free to say names.
Robert Carlin, Deb Austin, Hal Harris.
Rosemary Cohen, Annemar Fox, Shelley Weaver,
Sarah Buell.
כל החולים בקהילה הקדושה הזאת, הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא רחמים עליהם להחזיקם ולרפאותם וישלח להם מהרה רפואה שלמה מן השמיים, רפואת הנפש ורפואת הגוף בתוך שאר חולי ישראל שבתי מלזעוק ורפואה קרובה לבוא השתה בגלה בזמן קריב ונאמר May the one who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel and Leah bring blessing and healing to all those who are ill within our congregational family. May they be blessed with a full and complete healing, a healing of body and a healing of spirit, together with all those who are ill among the Jewish people and among the world. May those who will not be healed on this earth be blessed with nights free from suffering and days filled with peace. May God grant strength and comfort to those who care for the sick. May God help us to find hope and courage as we face fear and loss. May all those who are ill be surrounded by the love of their friends, their loving companions, their families, and their community. And let us say,
Amen.
Amen.
Sure, we're on page 620, line 26.
Talmud Shishi. The only name I have is Aunt Lois Hecht.
Baruch Adonai Habarach. Baruch Adonai Habarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bacha banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
V'chol dam lo tochlu v'chol moshvotechem la'ot v'la kol nefesh asher tochal kol dam v'nichreta hanefesh hahi me'ameha v'yidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor daber el b'nei Yisrael lemor hamakrim et zevach shlamav Adonai yavi et korbano Adonai mizevach shlamav mizevach shlamav.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam notah b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Around 620, line 30.
Talmud Shlishi, Bela bat Hershel Babun.
Baruch hu et Adonai Hamorah. Baruch Adonai Hamorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yadav tiviena et yishnei Adonai et hachelev al hechazeh yivienu et hechazeh v'hanifoto t'nufal lifnei Adonai v'hitir hakohen et hachelev hamizbecha v'haya hechazeh l'aron ulvanav ve'et shok hayamin titnu truma lakohen mizivchei shalmechem.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
We have so many blessings today. 45th Bat Mitzvah anniversary. And a happy birthday.
Thank you.
So, we have a Mishaber. Mishaber Avotenu Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov Sarah Rivka Rachel Beleah Hu Yivarech et Bela Bat Golda Vehershel Shehigia L'mitzvot Ve'alta Likvod Hamakom Likvod HaTorah Ve'likvod HaShabbat HaKadosh Baruch Hu Yishmereha V'chayeha V'chonen et liba Liot Shlema Im Adonai Eloheha La'agot B'Torato L'lechet B'drachav L'ishmor Mitzvotav V'yishlach Bracha V'hatzlacha B'chol Masei Yadeha V'timtzachen V'sechel Tov B'nei Elohim V'adam V'nomar Amen. May God who bless our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah bless Bani Bela, who has come for an aliyah upon reaching the age of mitzvot 45 years ago. With reverence for God, respect for the Torah, and who still has reverence for God, respect for the Torah and Shabbat. May the Holy One protect and sustain her, helping her to be wholehearted in her faith, to study Torah, to fulfill mitzvot, to walk in God's ways, and to continue to be one of the first people in shul every Shabbat. May God bless her endeavors with success and meaningfulness. May she find favor before God and the community, and let us say, Amen.
Besides, thank you. I have something very short. I actually had this idea of bringing one of those papers that folds, and said I had a few words and having to talk. I didn't get my act together.
We can go get the Megillah.
I promise I won't be long, but really, what a day. As some of you know, I had planned this day to celebrate both my 58th birthday and the 45th anniversary of my bat mitzvah quite a while ago. It was fairly recently we found out that this past Monday would be Maggie and Ken and Bree's conversion day. And so when both Cindy and Maggie told me they wanted to wait for another day to celebrate and not, quote, take away from my day, my response was, more joy to celebrate with people I love. How fabulous is that? Let's make the day an even more joyful celebration. And I'm thrilled, proud, and honored that we're sharing this day to celebrate together and with all of you. I have to say that I'm so very thrilled for Maggie, Ken, Bree, and for Cindy and our families. I know firsthand that for Maggie, this has been a deeply powerful, transforming journey, and I have the greatest respect for the courage, strength, and perseverance she's brought to this entire process, and I am deeply grateful to Saul for his wisdom, support, compassionate guidance, and inspiring teaching. As for me, it's hard to believe it's been 45 years since my bat mitzvah. And as is the case with many young people at 13, this was not an easy time for me. And yet, as I recall my bat mitzvah, I see how it really was a powerful ray of light during a darker time. And at age 13, not even in my wildest dreams, could I have remotely imagined that 45 years later I would be legally married to a beautiful woman, together over 29 years, and have two amazing, inspiring children. I'm more grateful for reaching this moment in time than I could ever come close to adequately expressing. And I thank all of you with my whole heart for sharing this wonderful day with me.
This is so you.
Oh no!
It is. It's not you first. It's wanting to bring everyone in, knowing that this other simcha that's happening today just heightens your own, and not feeling like it takes away. Being here with your whole heart, with your sense of humor too, which is really you, and the sense of gratitude that you have. And you are just such a blessing to all of us. Thank you for sharing this day.
Thanks for sharing. Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were still set up. Patsy Thomas.
All right.
Okay.
Once we heard she could sing, she always gets this part.
It's all right. I take stage directions well.
Page 146.
Yitgadal v'yitkada shemei Rabban Yalad yivach v'yirtzeh v'yamlich malchuteh v'chayeh v'omecho u'chayeh t'chol Yisrael ba'ara u'bizman ha'arim V'yatadar v'yataleh v'yatalah Shalei Kudashad Leila min kol birchata v'shirata Tushirata v'nechem ata Dani ram yama v'yimru Amen.
We're on page 620. We're going back to line 29.
Talmud Maftir Chaya Rachel Bat Leah Halevi Avram Leah HaKohen. Wow. You are royal.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Bachar banu mikol ha'amim V'natan lanu et Torato Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah Amen.
Daber el bnei Yisrael le'mor hamakriv et zebach shlamav l'Adonai yavi et karbano l'Adonai mizebach shlamav yadav tiviena et ishay Adonai et hachelev al hechazeh yivienu et hechazeh V'hanik oto tnufa lifnei Adonai v'hitir hakohen et hachelev hamizbecha v'haya hechazeh l'Aaron u'l'Aaron u'lebanav.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Natan Lanu Torah Temet V'chayei Olam Natan B'tochenu Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah
Amen.
Amen.
Yamod Haba Yehoshua ben Shena. Yamod Delilah Yitzchak. I know where that comes from. Ben Shena.
Let's stand as the Torah is lifted and taught. Let's be seated. And we don't always do the Haftarah, but this Shabbat is Shabbat Hagadol, as we all know. And one of the derivations for why it's called Shabbat Hagadol is because of what is said in the Haftarah today. So we're going to do a part of it, a part that it's on page 1298 in our Chumashim. And as we're thinking about Passover coming, this part of the Haftarah talks about Elijah, who we welcome on Passover coming, and it reminds us, it's very beautiful, to have Heshiv lev avot al banim v'lev banim al amotam. Elijah is going to come to turn the hearts of the parents to their children and the hearts of their children to their parents. This is a time for the generations to be together. So, and for Elijah to come, and maybe Elijah, who's also the symbol of redemption, maybe redemption is when all the hearts of the different generations turn toward one another. So Elaine is going to do the blessings before the Haftarah. Bonnie is going to do the blessings before the Haftarah and after, and Elaine is going to chant from verse 22 on. And the blessings are on the bottom of page 146.
Or 1506 in the Eitz Chaim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'minim tovim v'ratza b'divreihem hanemarim b'emet. Baruch atah Adonai Abocher b'Torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'Levi'ei ha'emet v'hatzedek. Zikru Torah Moshe Avdi Asher Tziviti Oto V'choreh Al Kol Yisrael Chukim U'Mishpatim Hine Anochi Sholeach Lachem Et Eliah Hanavi
לפני יום אדוני הגדול והנורא והשיב לבבות על בנים ולבנים על אבותם פן אבות והכיתי את הארץ חרם הנה אנוכי שולח לכם את אליה הנביא לפני יום אדוני הגדול
Page 147. Let's read the third paragraph together in English, led by Bonnie, and Bonnie will chant the fourth paragraph, the closing blessing.
Bring us joy, Adonai our God, through your prophet Elijah, and the kingdom of the house of David, your anointed. May Elijah come soon to gladden our hearts. May no outsider usurp David's throne, and may no other inherit his glory. For by your holy name have you promised that this light shall never be extinguished. Praised are you, Adonai, shield of David. Al HaTorah, Ve'al HaVodah, Ve'al HaMim, Ve'al Yom HaShabbat Hazeh, Shenatata Lanu Adonai Eloheinu, L'Kedusha V'Lemenucha, L'Chavod U'Tifaret. Al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umevarchim otach yitbarach shimcha befi kol chai tamid leolam vaed baruch atah Adonai mekadesh
One more blessing that I love for all of us to join in. It's the Shehechianu. It's for Bonnie, for Ken, for Maggie, for Brielle, for all of us. And it's on page 142. It's at the bottom of the page. This is a blessing they said at the mikveh, and it's a blessing for whenever something new and wonderful takes place. So let's say it together. Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu l'zman hazeh. Praised are you, Adonai, who rules the universe, for granting us life, sustaining us, and enabling us to reach this very special moment. We want to invite Yitzchak up.
Oh, I love this. What was Yitzchak? Oh,
This is Yitzchak. Page 151. As we begin the service for returning the Torah to the Ark, we have a call and response. Ashrei, Ashrei, Yoshvei, 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 We continue on page 153 as the Gabayim come back up. And we open the ark.
Hallelujah, et Shem Adonai, in Iskav Shemo Levado. Oretz v'shamayim, v'yarem kerem yamo, tivarecho chasida. Israel, I'm your love. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Mizmor LeDavid. Kavod hirim Adonai Almaim Rabim.
So as we know, today is known as Shabbat HaGadol. Yes. So the question is, why is it called Shabbat HaGadol, the Great Shabbat, Big Shabbat? Well, first of all, for our own synagogue Jews, that's clear. The answer is clear. This is what we've witnessed today, and the welcoming, and your first Aliyot as Jews by choice, and wonderful birthday and anniversary of. So it's already Gadol, very big. But anyone know any of the other reasons why this Shabbat is known as Shabbat HaGadol?
Getting ready for freedom.
Getting ready for freedom, right? This is the Shabbat. No coincidence that it comes just before Passover.
Yeah, I was going to say right before Passover.
That's right. So it's a very great Shabbat for that reason. And there's sort of a message in it too, which is we need to get ready for Passover. We prepare for freedom. Just like the Torah reading we read a couple weeks ago, which talked about even while Jews were still slaves in Egypt, before we left, we were already celebrating Passover. We were already free in our spirits, and then we had to become also free in our bodies. So it's preparing for Shabbat. And not only to let's get all the crumbs out of our house and do all that stuff, which is of course important, but also I think this is a time to remind us to prepare in terms of thinking about the wonderful importance of being part of a tradition that celebrates freedom. A religion that celebrates freedom. Sometimes we've been told that religions are the opiates of the masses, right? Well, this is saying no. This is something that inspires us to be free, inspires us to think and ask questions, inspires us to use our minds and our hearts. So that's part of the greatness, the gadlut of Passover, I think, and of the Shabbat preparing us. Why else is it known as Shabbat HaGadol? It's because it used to be back in the day that rabbis didn't give sermons every Shabbat. But the Shabbat before Passover was a big one. went longer than usual and went through all the laws of Passover and all the whatever. So it was also Gadol because it was really long. Another reason for Shabbat HaGadol, we just heard it in the beautiful Haftarah that Elaine chanted. On this great and awesome day when the parents' hearts are turned to their children and their children's hearts are turned to them. So Shabbat, Hayom HaGadol V'Hanorah Hazeh, is right out of the Haftarah. That's probably really where the name came from. From that Haftarah reminding us to bring our families together, our hearts together as well. There's another one that I heard that I didn't know before, but when one becomes a bar or bat mitzvah, they're referred to as a gadol. It's the age of majority in Jewish tradition. And so, and they're called up to say the blessing over the Torah for the first time, and they're subject to the mitzvot for the first time, to fulfilling the commandments. And so, for the people of Israel, this was like their bar bat mitzvah. Meaning leaving Egypt was like their bar bat mitzvah. This was when they could, from then on, celebrate as a people, celebrate Shabbat, and this was our coming of age, our bar bat mitzvah ceremony, as it were. So that's another chap that I hadn't heard of before about our becoming the age of majority and now being able to leave slavery and be responsible for our own actions and responsible for serving God. Then one more is that Moses was able to get Pharaoh, even during slavery, to let the Jews have one day off. And that day off was Shabbat, says the tradition. It's not in the Torah, but this is the Midrash. But of course, at the end of Shabbat, we had to go back to being slaves. But this Shabbat, which was the Shabbat before Pesach, when that Shabbat was over, we were free. There was no more going back to slavery. That was known as the Shabbat Arichta, or the big or long or great Shabbat, when we could leave Shabbat and not be slaves anymore. So that's one more explanation for Shabbat HaGadol. And they're really actually pages, which I won't do. But all of that, I guess, just goes to show how creative our people are in coming up with wonderful reasons. And I guess each of us should be thinking of, what is great about this Shabbat? What is great about this holiday for us? What is great about the treasure of freedom for us, and being a community that can celebrate, can remember the pain of slavery, that can remember the pain of being strangers in a strange land, but that also can celebrate freedom and share that freedom with everyone and bring guests to our Seder's to share with us. That too is a blessing, and may we all be blessed with a wonderful Pesach this year. And Brielle, now would you bless us? We're starting us off with Ein Keloheinu on page 182. She points the place in the Siddur. Last week was the first time I saw her point on the Hebrew side. And she pointed on the Hebrew side today. It is such a machaya to see how you're so growing, and now you can point on the Hebrew side all by yourself. Brielle, Yasher Koach. Page 183. Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. This week we recall Molly Goldblatt, Miriam Minnie Welson, Goodman, George Labby, Jacob Jackler, Joseph Magaziner, Bertha Levinson, Teresa Wilson, Basha Mayer Kramer, Jean Orlin Lieben, Mrs. Eudice Alexander, Beatrice Geiges, Samuel Lieberman, Rose Meckler, Harry Stein, Harry Wernick, Matthias Gruzecki, Max Koss, Max Smith, Alex Sewer, Samuel Weinstein. Mourner's Cottage, page 184. Yikadal, Yikadal, Shemera, Yadam, Tiraf, Yirute, Yam Liv Machute, V'chayechon, V'yonechon, U'chaye, T'chol Beit Yisrael, Ba'akala, U'zman Hariv, Yivru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabam, V'marav, V'yavram, V'lemaya, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yipharar, V'yitramah, V'yinaseh, V'yitadar, V'yitalel, V'yitalal, Shmei Kusha, Rechu, Le'ela, Mikal, Birchata, V'shirata, Tushkachata, V'nechamata, Ta'amiran, V'yalmah, V'yibru, Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya, V'chayim Aleinu V'yal Kol Yisrael V'yibru, Amen. Oseh Shalom V'yivracha, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'yal Kol Yisrael V'yibru, Amen. Pleasure to call Joan Rosner, our president, to give some announcements and anything else she wants to do.
I'm looking for the announcements. Oh dear. Give me a moment. Too many hats this morning. Okay. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom Hagadol. And especially to those people who are watching us from home, I hope that you've had some small opportunity to realize how much excitement and energy there is in our chapel this morning, and what a fantastic service this has been. So I'm just thrilled. Happy birthday to Bonnie, and to all the blessings that she brings to our congregation. And it's just such a pleasure having the two of you. I can't say enough. And Mazel Tov to Ken and Brielle and Maggie. We have just a small appreciation of how much work and effort has gone into what you've achieved. To those of us who were born to this, honestly, we can't imagine anyone doing this much work. It was hard enough for us to get through Hebrew school. But to actually take on more than that, all of the responsibilities that come with being a part of the Jewish community, all of the tikkun olam, all of the everything else that goes with it. It's beautiful and it's wonderful, and we admire all that you have done to reach the point where you are today. And so mazel tov, yasher koach, and everything that goes along with that. We have, well, I guess I'll start with some of the announcements I wanted to make, and then I'm going to end with a couple of happy announcements. The Jewish Film Festival is still running until Tuesday. So if you haven't had a chance, or even if you have, check the schedule and see if there's something more that you'd like to see. Tomorrow, Kate's Kitchen, we will be going to Kate's Kitchen. I think, Deb, do you still need 1 or 2 people?
1 or 2.
If there are 1 or 2 people here who would like to join the group that's going to Kate's Kitchen, Deb would love to hear from you at the Kiddush. Our biggest thing that's going on right now is Seder Together. This is our firm tradition and commitment to be sure that every person connected with Sons of Zion has a Seder to go to. So if you have a house and if you're having a Seder at your house and you have room for a couple more people at your table, please call Laura or email her to leave a message and tell her that you've got a chair, and she'll find someone to fill it. And likely, or on the other side of that, if you're looking for a Seder, and remember there are 2 of them in our tradition. If you're looking for a Seder and you haven't found one, please be sure to call Laura and tell her that you're looking, because she'll find one. We have lots of people who are thrilled to have people at their Seder. So please don't feel embarrassed about it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't feel anything but good, because you're helping everyone. On Sunday, April 22nd, the Sons of Zion will be celebrating Israel's 70th birthday with a program called Reflections, and you'll be hearing more about that in the next couple of weeks. On Tuesday, the 24th, is the Holyoke's Holocaust Memorial Program. That will be on Tuesday evening and at the Senior Center, I believe, is where it's always been. On Sunday, April 29th, we've got another big honor coming. I hope many of you know this name, Jane Yolen, who is an author who happens to live in our valley. And Barbara Diamond Golden is another author who lives in the valley. And the 2 of them have gotten together in the last couple of years and written a book called Meet Me at the Well. It's about women and young women in the Bible, in the Torah, in the Bible, beyond the Torah. And so they're going to be here to talk about their book. And that should be very exciting for people of all ages. The book is actually meant from about 10 to 14, 15, but I know adults who have read it and loved it. I know adults who have read it 3 times now. So it's definitely recommended for people of all ages. I'd like to make an announcement to people at home and people here in the congregation that due to the pressures of Pesach, and I mean that in capitals with quotation marks around it, the newsletter will be delayed by about a week. So don't be nervous and don't be hocking us and don't be saying where is it, because it's just too much. We can do just so much of cleaning and changing dishes and cooking and doing everything else. And unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, never mind, I'm not going to say that. I would also like to make the happy announcement that we will once again be selling chocolate for Shavuot, and you'll be hear a lot more about that as well. And my last announcement, which maybe is one of the happiest, is that we've got 2 new members of our congregation. They're not even a week old yet, but they are here. And Lara and Elan, a girl and a boy. Lara and Elan Kolak.
Are they here?
No. Nobody's here yet. Isaka and Peter the twins have arrived. Ariel now has a brother and a sister. They are still at Bay State. The babies are still at Bay State. Isaka's home, and they're expecting that they'll be coming home soon. And I wanted to end our announcements today with all of the happiness that's been through this congregation today with that very happy announcement. They're doing very well, she said. And she sends her regards to everyone and her thanks for all the support that the congregation has given them. So with that, I invite you downstairs for a wonderful birthday and celebratory kiddush. But I also warn you that we have a birthday cake. So don't grab cookies. Remember that there's a birthday cake coming. And I don't know.
It's up to you.
I guess just one more happy announcement that I just want to congratulate my son who just got engaged.
That's great. So much good news. Okay.
Yeah, lots of good things happening.
And there is never enough of this. Page 187. Adono lama shema laketeren kol yitzuni b'alei eit hasavet esam kol hasavet reshona v'yacharei kilot hakol v'adon yimah v'hu hayah v'hu hover v'hu yiyeh b'tzivah v'hu V'yein sheni le'havshila le'havira v'li reishit v'li tzachli v'lo ha'ozar v'srosa v'hu Eli v'chai go'ali v'tzur nefli v'ezah v'hu nisi u'manosli v'nakosi Ruchi be'ez nishan be'avira be'im ruchi ge'riyatzi adon go'ila be'yado achiv ruchi be'ez nishan be'avira be'im ruchi